Here's the new Lives Datapack that will allow you to customize your server as you want. The basic concept is that every time I die, I lose a life. And as you see on the right side of my screen, I now have 4 lives. And if I lose my last life, I become a spectator. You will also be able to edit things like max hurt, speed, strength, attack speed, and skill. So first of all, you will want to open the menu. So you type /function lives setup. Then you'll click on that little green dot to open the lives menu. After that, we'll have all the information about what settings you can edit, and you just have to click here to get the command. And with that, you can edit how the live should behave. So the first settings is the max lives. So pretty straightforward, it's the max amount of lives a player can have. The second setting, the application mode, affects how current player lives will be affected. The setting can either be set to not change the current lives of the player, apply the difference to every player's, or set every player's life to the new maximum. You can read the details in the text for more explanation if you want. The third setting will determine if a player can be revived or killed by the change of the max lives. Then the next settings are the display settings. So you can decide how every player's life should be displayed. For the display in chat, well, it will show the player's life in the chat when he talks or when he does something. For the sidebar, it will display the lives of every player on the right side of your screen, like on my own screen. Finally, for the above head, well, the lives will be displayed above the head of the player for other players to see. The last setting is the announced death. It will determine whether final death will be announced in the chat. For the statistics, you will want to open the same menu, but then click on the blue dot. The first stats is the max health in half hurt, so the default for this one is 20. Then you have the speed, which defaults to 0.1, and in comparison, speed 2 is equal to 0.14. After that, you have strength, which defaults to 1 and is also in half a heart. After that, you have the attack speed, which defaults to 4, and finally the size, which defaults to 1. Then you also have reset options. So you go on the same menu and then click the yellow dot, and then you can choose between reset lives, reset stats, or reset all. So it will reset the settings for the option you choose. And the last option in the setup menu is to disable the datapack. So you click on the red dot, and then you have 2 options. You have the disable and keep the data. So this means you can disable it now and re-enable it later with the data of players concerned. And the second option is to disable and delete the data. So this will delete all the data of every players. Once the data pack is disabled, it will no longer do anything and become inactive.